The Harmony Award is given in recognition of an individual or organization who has made a significant contribution towards eliminating barriers in diversity in Canada. Award recipients are leaders in Canada who have committed and have worked tirelessly to enrich the diversity within our country of Canada. The past recipients include, respectively, Herb Carnegie, Elder William Commanda, Bromley Armstrong, Roberta Jameson, June Colwood, and Jessica Yee. Introducing our award winner tonight is Chief Brian Laforme of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation. Please come to the stage.
Well, good evening. I wish I could see us. First of all, I would be remiss if I didn't send out thank yous to the elder who did the opening this evening. It's always part of our custom and traditions that when we're in someone else's territory or even in our own territory, that we do a blessing of thank you and welcoming. And so I just want to thank her, and I want to acknowledge all the elders and all the chiefs and youth that are out here this evening. I would like to, first off, welcome all of you here to the traditional territory of my people, the Mississaugas. For those of you that aren't aware of it, Toronto and surrounding area is our traditional territory. 200 years ago, my people occupied this land and continue to do so today, but in a different way. So I just want to welcome you all here this evening. When I was approached to participate in this event this evening, I didn't know what to expect. And when they told me what this award was for, I couldn't resist but to say yes. And I'm honored and privileged to be here as honorary host for the recipients of this award. These young men, these 6 young men, took a lot of courage to do the thing that they did, walking 1,500 miles. In our culture, our youth are gifts from the Creator. And part of our responsibility is to bring them up with the 7 grandfathers. And part of the 7 grandfathers is courage, bravery, honesty, trust, strength, humility. And when I talk about the 7 grandfathers and what it means, I can only say that these young men have all those ingredients to make them leaders in our future. So it's up to us as leaders of our community to give them those tools and to educate them to fight for what they believe in. And this is exactly what these young men did. They had the courage to stand up for what they believe in. And that's what this evening is all about. It's about diversity, it's about courage, and it's about strength. And when we combine that together with other cultures, then we have the strength to do anything. These young men had a vision that they were doing this for a reason. And part of that reason was twofold. One was Idle No More, which was a movement that was started over pieces of legislation that the government were trying to impose on First Nation communities across the country. And the other one was in support of Chief Teresa Spence, the chief from Attawapiskat, who was doing the same thing, but she was doing it in her own way. She was doing it as a hunger strike. And so they walked 1,500 miles to show support for Idle No More and for Teresa Spence. So when you talk about courage and bravery, these young men have it. And they are truly role models, not only in their own communities, but all communities. So, again, I'm honored to be here. It's an extremely gratifying honor to be the honorary host for these young men, and I just need to congratulate them for the work that they've done and the accomplishments that they've achieved. Thank you. I'd like to call up the Nishiyuu Walkers, if they would come up, please, and accept this award. If they're here, please.
So before the gentlemen actually say a few words to you all tonight, I'd like to first and foremost thank you, Chief LaForme, for those words. Yes, please, round of applause for the Chief. Thank you very much. I would now like to welcome to the stage Krista Williams, Advocacy and Outreach Coordinator at the Native Youth Sexual Health Network, to read a message. Yes, come to me. And to read a message, of course, on behalf of the organization. Jessica, you are the winner of our 2010 Harmony Award. She is our winner.
Hello, everyone. So I'm actually here on behalf of Jessica. I am not Jessica. I know, very disappointing. But she did want to be here and say a few words and really congratulate everybody here. She's currently co-facilitating the National Assembly of First Nations Youth Summit, which actually just concluded tonight. So I'm really excited to present this message, also because one of our youth leaders, Johnny Mianska, was able to join the Walkers in the later part of their journey. We got to watch him complete that, and he told us he was absolutely changed for life. So that's part of the reason I'm here tonight. So I'm now going to read in Jessica's voice, so you can just picture her awesome Mohawk face reading this to you. Here in Treaty 6 territory, where I'm currently writing you from, more than 1,000 Indigenous youth have gathered. They gathered this week for the 4th National Assembly of First Nations Youth Summit, something that happens only every few years, but more importantly, something that young people continue to call for, the opportunity to come together and make our voices heard. These are young people from across Turtle Island, from different nations and traditions, but one thing they had in common was being impacted by you, the Nishiyuu Walkers. Whether it was youth from New Brunswick, Northwest Territories, Alberta, or Ontario, every single one of them had heard about what you did and knew that you didn't just do it for your own nation and community, but you did it for all of us. And not just for us, but with us, and with the ancestors who walked with you. So many of us heard and learned about your journey and that you weren't going to stop no matter what the barriers, which is how it must be in life. At every juncture, we as Indigenous youth are told, no, we can't. We're at risk. We're not enough. And we can't let this stop us. We are the vision the 7th generations before us had in mind to be here, and it is those 7 generations ahead of us that we must continue to work for. So I share this message with you today, not as a previous winner, but as a sister, a friend, and as someone who is responsible to lift up your work and journey and walk alongside you. Because at the end of the day, or even at the end of walking thousands of kilometers, it isn't about the awards or accolades that we receive. It's about what we actually do, the actions we're willing to take to make the change we want to see happen, no matter what. This is exactly what you're doing, and you've impacted my heart and my life forever. And for that, I want you to know I'm here to support you, to share in the work of stopping the racism, violence, and injustices our peoples face, and to continue to build Indigenous youth leadership everywhere and anywhere we are, because it is about all of us together. Anishik Nawan, thank you.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our biggest award of the night. Can we please put our hands together again? Chief LaForme, thank you so much, and Nishiyuu Walkers. Chief LaForme, please formally present the award.
These young men deserve that, and probably a lot more. And I'm sure they're getting it from their communities back home. But I'd like to call David up to accept this very special award on behalf of Harmony Movement for the courage and the strength that it took for these young men to accomplish what they've accomplished. So David, if you would, please.
Hello, my name's David, as introduced. First of all, I'd like to thank the Harmony Award crew around here and Chuck for giving us this award, and on behalf of all the Nishiyuu Walkers that walked with us, and woo to you too. That it's an honor that we got this award, and people are right that along the way there were some barriers, or a lot of barriers that were against us. But if it wasn't for the support and all the people that joined and showed their courage, they made it possible for us to finish our goal and show the strength of what's to come. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good to me. All right. Don't laugh. I wrote something down a while ago, but I forgot it, so I'm just winging it. I like to extend my gratitude to the guys that joined me from the beginning, and they were the ones that helped put the things together, and our chief for showing all his appreciation, his courage, his determination, and his belief in what the youth can do. So thank you, Chief. And this was because of my late uncle, Isaac Hobbit, our guide and our teacher during the walk. If it wasn't for him from the beginning, who, when I first talked about it, he was the one that said he would follow me if I went alone. Thank God I didn't. I'm sure he's here with us in spirit, watching us and accepting this award with us. So thank you on behalf of all the Nishiyuu Walkers, the chief. We accept this award and we thank you.
Excellent speech, David. Thank you. I just want to thank Mr. Chuck and Harmony Movement for recognizing our youth, the walk, and the journey. At the beginning, as David said, we knew it would be tough, and we knew it was a long journey. My grandmother had told me when she first heard the announcement what the youth were planning to do. She told me, my grandson, in the old days, we've never traveled that far to go and hunt and harvest for our survival. And she said, if they believe in themselves, they will succeed. And if they have the right support, they will walk into Parliament Hill. And the young people, with their courage, their determination, and having faith in themselves, they succeeded. And tonight, we are very proud as a Cree Nation, as a chief. I am just overwhelmed for my young peoples, for my youth, who have now become young men, because this journey was not just a journey for themselves, it was a journey to show the world, our great nation, Canada, that the Cree Nation, although we feel we are privileged to have many treaties with the province and Canada, many agreements, we don't take things for granted, and that our young people still have a lot of cultural teachings, and they believe in our customs, our ancestral laws, and they prove that by delivering that message to many nations. We especially want to thank our Algonquin brothers for accepting us in their territory, and it was just amazing. I can't believe I'm here in Toronto. It's just amazing. This event is awesome. Thank you very much. And as a custom, when nations meet and when we enter in the territory of other nations, it's always a custom that we bring a gift, a symbol of our people to give to the other nation for welcoming us in their territory. So Chief Laforme, on behalf of the Cree Nation, we'd like to thank you for the honor of your presence and for accepting us and welcoming us in your territory. And we give you these snowshoes, the journey of Nishiyuu.
It's never a good idea to give politicians a microphone. I just want to say it was an honor for me to be standing up here tonight with these special young people who have become men through their journey. And we all have journeys. And this was a particular journey that they had to take to become young men. But I also want to thank their nation for this wonderful gift, and I'll cherish it forever. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Chief Laforme. Thank you, Chief George. What they didn't tell you was that there was another journey they undertook last 3 or 4 days to get to Toronto. When we offered the Harmony Award to the Nishiyuu Walkers, we knew that it's going to be a long journey. We have to pay Air Canada or whoever is going to fly them to here. And then last week, the chief said to me, well, we have to fly 30 minutes into the next community to pick up our van in our garage, to drive 16 hours with a stopover in North Bay to get to Toronto. But we're going to leave Monday morning, and we'll be there in Toronto on Tuesday night. So can you book us a hotel for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? And then 2 days later, I got a call. He said, well, we're still stuck here. And there was a 120-kilometer snowstorm that canceled all the flights out of their community. And there was no way they were going to get here on time. But miracles struck. Chief told everybody that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and for somehow they got enough support from the local contractors and regional organizations that they chartered a flight for them to fly them in this morning. And that shows the kind of support that they're giving to the Nishiyuu Walkers. And just at 3:30 p.m., I finally got a message from the chief and saying, we're here. So I was like 4 days of nerve-wracking trying to get this difficult part of the journey to Toronto. Welcome back, Toronto.